I'm Dave Abrams. Happy Friday the 13th.
Ugh. And I'm Kristin and Dave. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll preview Earth Day at Fort Meade and solve a cold case with county police, but first making headlines this week. We're really excited about a new campaign to get kids ready for school. It's a new initiative with the public library called 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten. And the name says it all, Dave.
Sure does.
This is a challenge to read 1,000 books, or even more. It's quite a challenge. Take a look at this commercial from Arundel TV.
Hi, I'm County Executive Steve Shue. We're driving all over town to tell our friends to read 1,000 books before kindergarten.
I love reading. Make me feel.
Don't miss the bus. Start tracking your reading today at aacpl.net. Please share this video and use the hashtag 1000booksB4K.
How did he drive that cartoon bus, Dave? And can I get that job?
I can't reveal our secrets of post-production.
I wonder if he knows Mrs. Frizzle
Who's Miss Frizzle?
from Magic School Bus.
I have no idea. But this was a really fun project. And,
Yeah.
And of course, as only we do here at Arundel TV, there's more, Kristin.
There's more.
We are going to have a dozen different videos. So this is just one of the many videos that we will do. We were going to have all kinds of local celebrities, you know, from the mayor to the superintendent to, you know, everybody. So
it's exciting.
It's going to be really fun. We worked really hard on it, and hopefully we're going to get all kinds of 4-year-olds out there reading books.
And I think
Now, you don't have to read, you know, Crime and Punishment.
No.
You can read those little, you know, it's like 10 pages, you're done.
Dr. Seuss, that's where we want, that's your friend.
Right.
That's the area you want to be in.
For the kickoff, they read Wheels on the Bus, and Wheels on the Bus was also, of course, that commercial. So
Wonderful.
That's about, you know, that book is about, what, 6 lines?
Yeah, but I still
sentences.
can't, when you think about it, 1,000 books, totally doable, but when you put them all together and you hit that number.
It's pretty much
Quite
one
impressive.
a day. It's pretty. If you do, well, you know the math. I mean, we're not good at math, but we know that if you read 3 a day, you can do 1,000 books in 1 year.
Absolutely.
Right?
Bedtime story.
So get started,
Daytime
kid.
story.
Do your homework.
Do your homework. Read your books. I believe the children are future.
Very nice.
Thanks.
Well, speaking of Arundel TV, Kristin, we have a new show debuting this week.
Woohoo!
It's called Real Talk, and it's geared around the Anne Arundel United initiative by County Executive Steve Shue to stop racism. The show is hosted by our friend, Derek Matthews.
Love Derek.
His first guest was Deontay Ward from an organization called Black Wall Street. Take a look.
So what are some things that adults, folks in leadership positions can do to better help try to fill that void with young people? What are some things that we can do? Tell me, as a person who's concerned and in leadership role, what can we do better?
First, I think you can be more hands-on. A lot of the times, I think at elders, the people that we look up to, once they come from the circumstances that my group or my age group are in, they fade away from the communities. And a lot of the times, you know, for me, I didn't really have a leader in my life until I became an adult. So, you know, growing up as a teenager, you're trying to find yourself in the world. It's kind of hard when you don't have no real leadership or role model. So.
Okay.
Now, you can find Real Talk online once a month on Facebook or YouTube. Take a look at the show and find out what you can do to make a difference in the community.
Wonderful.
Derek,
Way to go, Derek.
looking sharp, right?
Always looking sharp. Always.
And he did such a good job, and you know, we work with people every day that have never been on camera, and you just don't know what's going to happen. Sometimes, you know, it doesn't work. Sometimes it does. Either way, we get the job done. Just to be clear.
Yes.
But Derek's a natural at this stuff.
He is.
And you know, people are always asking, "What is Anne Arundel United?" And this is a really good way where it's right there. You get the information you need about the upcoming events, the issues of the day, what we're talking about. And Derek has a way of communicating things that it's easy for people to identify with. So hopefully people will check the show out.
Definitely should.
Real Talk, hosted by Derek Matthews, Arundel TV.
Excellent.
Check it out.
Speaking of people being naturals, I'm going to give a shout out to my girl, Sarah Gannon.
Sarah Gannon.
Hosting the show like a boss.
The Barbara Wawa of Anne Arundel
week.
County.
It was fun.
Amazing.
We had a good time.
Now, I know Sarah is very good at a lot of things, but I was still amazingly impressed by how well
She's a Renaissance woman.
She is a natural.
She did great.
For sure. Good job, Sarah.
Yes, thank you, Sarah. Come back. The laws got a little stronger this week to protect our four-legged buddies out there known as the chum chums.
Chum chums.
Chum chums. County Executive Shue and County Councilman John Grasso joined animal advocates to sign a new bill into law that imposes fines of $100, $500, and $1,000 when people leave pets outside without access to clean drinking water. This includes making sure that water bowls are not frozen during the winter months.
For the vast majority of our citizens, these pets are considered members of the family, to be treated with love and affection. But for those who would mistreat God's creatures, we need to ensure that we have an effective framework in place to protect these animals. That's why today I'm pleased to sign Bill 818, which strengthens our county's food and water requirements for pets to ensure that no pet goes without needed food and water. We're sending a clear message that not only do we want our county to be the best place to live for our citizens, but also for their pets.
Hooray for the chum chums, and this is a no-brainer, right, Dave? We love animals.
Maybe I should explain.
We're dog people.
Yeah, of course. So the chum chums, Councilman Grasso coined this phrase that the chum chum is any animal that you have as a pet. So it can be anything from a guinea pig to a dog to a cat to a horse.
Love it.
And he calls them the chum chums.
Because you're chummy with them?
Because they're your chums. They're your
Chum.
friends.
Your
So
buddy.
the chum chums.
Oh, I like it.
So, I mean, yes, it's a no-brainer. I mean, people, you see the terrible images online of a dog that froze to death because the person left them outside. And, you know, sometimes people think for whatever reason, if I put the dog outside with a bowl of water, they'll be fine. Well, guess what? It's freezing outside and the water turns into a solid ice and the dog has nothing to drink.
What about being stuck in a car during the hot months?
You can't do that. That's bad too. I would have to check the code to find out
That's
exactly.
what I'm
But I
wondering.
know you can't do that.
No, you can't. You shouldn't. But
We should also clarify that the fines that you mentioned there are progressive. So the first offense is 100, the second is 500, the third is
I say
1,000.
start out with 1,000.
I knew she was going to say that.
I like my chum chums.
We love the chum chums.
I know.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we return, we will talk to Sergeant R.J. Price about a cold case that was solved using the latest DNA technology. Take a look at our community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Well, welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we're delighted to have with us Sergeant R.J. Price. Sergeant Price, how's it going this week?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I understand you're just coming back from vacation.
Unfortunately, yes.
Daytona Beach, right?
Yes.
Very
80,
good.
80 degrees and come back to
Well,
40.
I guess you're bringing that back to us because this weekend we're having some
Yeah.
80-degree temperatures, which will be nice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So today we're discussing all about Snapshot. And I wanted to, of course, start off with, tell us a little bit about Shaquana Caldwell. I said her name wrong, Shaquana.
So Shaquana Caldwell was a victim of a murder that in June of 2017, her skeletal remains were recovered off of Ordnance Road in Glen Burnie by a family hiking in the woods. Through the course of the investigation, because of the state of the remains being primarily skeletal, we didn't have a whole lot of leads to go on. So through the course of investigation, we started to get to a point where we were running out of avenues to pursue. We asked for the assistance from Parabon Nanolabs. They do the snapshot phenotyping, which their program uses DNA to generate a likely image of a person based on their DNA makeup. Similar to like an Ancestry.com thing where you would send it out and they say, yeah, well, you're 80% German or what have you. They use similar technology and then take it a step further, and based on their algorithms, they can determine a likely appearance of a person based on those DNA profiles.
That is amazing. So this was a case where you used Snapshot. Have you found that it helped you to solve the case, and have you used it since?
Yeah, the Parabon, the snapshot in this case was integral in identifying and bringing Shaquana's killer to jail at this point. He's been arrested and charged. He actually confessed, and it's pending trial at this point.
So I told you this off camera, but you know, you guys probably spent a lot of time telling everybody CSI is not the way it really works, and then you go do something like this, where you have skeletal remains and you're able to come up with what that person actually looked like. And you know, we're showing the side by side on the screen right now. It worked like a charm. Tell us what happened. So what happened after you released the artist rendering of what she looked like?
So when we received the snapshot profile from Parabon, we've sent it to the surrounding law enforcement jurisdictions to see if they had any similar in appearance missing people. Within a couple of days, a detective from Baltimore City Police Department contacted our unit and said that they had a victim, Shaquana Caldwell, that they thought was the person from the snapshot. With that, we started cooperating with Baltimore City Police Department, and we were able to, with the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner, do a dental record comparison and confirm that that was actually Shaquana Caldwell's remains.
And my understanding is this is the first time in the country that a police department was able to identify a victim using this method.
Correct. It was the first unidentified human remains recovered that Parabon was able to, we were, with Parabon's assistance, able to identify the person.
That's amazing.
And do we know what happened to her?
In his confession to the Baltimore Police Department, he said during a domestic dispute he strangled her.
Are there other cases going on where you're using this technology?
Yeah, we have several other cases right now. We have another unidentified remains from the South County area that we're waiting for results from Parabon on. We also have unidentified female from 2005 from the Brooklyn area of the county that was female that was located near a park off of Wasena Avenue. Her snapshot was sent out recently through the media outlets and through social media, and it's actually generated several potential leads.
And so as people are looking at that on the screen, what should they do if they recognize her?
If anyone thinks they recognize this lady, they can contact our Homicide Unit Cold Case Squad. The tip line is 410-222-4731.
Very
Excellent.
good. Yeah,
you
this
got
is
quite
crazy.
a job, man.
Yeah, so I guess other departments around are going to be starting to use Snapshot for the success that you're having with it.
Yes,
Might as well be implemented elsewhere.
It's a very good tool. Other departments are starting to utilize the technology. It's been around for a few years now, but I think they're finally showing results and they're picking up steam. And it's very useful. It's been very helpful to us.
Excellent. It is our real life CSI.
And thank you for what you do, because I know this means so much to the families.
Yeah,
of the
it's
victims.
especially bringing peace and bringing folks to justice. So we really appreciate you coming into the studio and
No
sharing
problem.
with us about Snapshot. And we'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Does your family need a break from the daily routine?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. If you or someone you know needs a healthy dose of nature, visit discovertheforest.org and trade in the big screen for the big blue sky by visiting a local park or forest near you.
Hiking, picnicking, swimming, orienteering, climbing, admiring wildlife, or inhaling fresh air may result in heightened creativity, feelings of joy, harmony, satisfaction, and a euphoria that can only be explained as oneness with the natural world. Whoa.
Welcome back. Fort Meade has a big event coming up to celebrate Earth Day, and Michelle Corkadel has more. Michelle?
Thanks, guys. I'm here at MacArthur Middle School on Fort Meade Base, where there's a lot of action getting ready for the annual Earth Day, which is going to be held on Saturday, April the 19th at the Pavilion. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
So we're here, and what you can see in the background are some middle school students here at MacArthur busy getting ready with their costumes that they're making themselves. These are not just any ordinary costumes, are they?
Absolutely not. This is my Project Runway class. They actually sew all year. So this year we are having our culminating event is a fashion show. And we were invited to come and have a smaller show at the Earth Day. We used recycled clothes and things like that, and we try to take older things and make them new. And a lot of the students have gone on Pinterest, they've researched, they've decided what they want to make, and they're right now in the process of making those things.
That's great. So Earth Day is going to have a lot of other activities, and we definitely want to go check out the kids and the fashion show. But I understand that there's going to be hands-on activities for all ages. What a great way to celebrate Earth Day.
Absolutely, and the kids are really excited. They've been looking forward to it. They're kind of nervous because, these are things they've made with their own hands. So, they're really wanting to perfect what they're working on. So, but I think they'll do very well.
Well, let's check out the kids in action. And so tell me, ladies, you guys are getting excited for the busy runway days that you have ahead of you, finalizing your show just like Next Runway Star, right?
Yes.
So tell me, let's go around the room and introduce yourself.
My name is Jada.
My name is Sydney.
My name is Amaya.
My name is Hawa.
And tell us a little bit about your outfits. These are recycled outfits, correct?
Yes, these is recycled outfits. This is jeans, but I cut it and about to make it into a skirt.
And I'm doing the same. I'm making this into a jean skirt.
Great.
I ripped my pants and now I'm just going to put patches over it.
Currently, I'm making a shirt, but I had already made my jeans, my bell bottoms.
Wonderful. I look forward to seeing you ladies on the runway on that Saturday, August the 19th. Saturday, April the 19th. And so it's not just about the sewing machine. All good clothes start with a pattern, and these ladies are gearing up to make quite an outfit, correct? Yeah. So tell us who you are.
I'm Layla.
I'm Bernadette.
And what is it that you ladies are making?
I'm making a dress, and it's made out of stretchy denim, and she's helping me.
Yeah, we're just doing a dress.
And we're putting down the pieces, and then we're going to cut them out and sew them.
Just a dress. It's a dress, and it's made by you guys. I can't wait to see you on the runway. And once again, that's Saturday, April the 19th. Many, many costumes are being made here, and there's one more we want to highlight. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Nanajua. I'm making a skirt.
Awesome. That's great. Well, thank you so much for letting us share with your class as they make their final preparations for the runway event. How exciting. I cannot wait to see it. I will definitely be there along with so many others for lots of fun. And thank you once again.
Thank you very much for coming. We appreciate you visiting.
Back to you.
One quick correction, Dave. Michelle said Saturday, but this event is actually Thursday, April 19th.
Yeah, she said Saturday, but she meant Thursday.
Yeah, we knew she knew what
It's
she
the same
meant.
thing.
But you think it's so exciting, it's got to be a weekend, but it's
her
Thursday.
South County accent. She was saying Thursday. Thursday, April 19th.
Just make sure you
Thursday,
come out,
April
save
19th.
our planet. There's a lot of wonderful Earth Day events that are going on around the county. I'm sure we're going to be mentioning those next week as we get closer with the calendar. And of course, you can always see your favorite recycling division for
We love our
ways
recycling
to recycle
division.
more
They're
often.
so great.
Yeah, thank you.
I've heard your ads on Pandora.
Oh, thanks.
Your
We're
recycling
famous.
ads.
We're
Yeah,
famous.
very good. You guys always do really good ads.
I appreciate that.
So I think it was so cool that we had the sergeant on to talk about cold cases. 'Cause
Snapshot.
I am like a junkie
Not
of.
Snapchat.
No, not Snapchat.
Very
That's
different.
Totally different.
Very different.
But I love those shows. I used to watch like the Law and Orders and the CSIs like constantly, and I don't watch it as much. But maybe there's like some newer shows that I just don't
I think
really
all
know
of
about.
the Criminal Minds and the CSIs are still pretty popular. There's a lot of shows
But
on now
no,
that
CSI,
are like.
I don't think there's. I mean, they did some.
Is that the one that's like SUV?
The franchise
and
kind of ran its course, and I don't.
SVU.
But you're not a big. You don't watch that.
I'm
stuff.
not. I know this is gonna sound weird. I'm such a baby.
Tell
I don't.
us. Tell us.
Tell us. I
Tell
don't
us what
do.
happened, Kristin.
I don't do scary movies, and I don't like to attribute to the ratings of shows that I think give awful people awful ideas.
Oh.
It just turns my insides.
Which is pretty much everything in our popular culture.
I don't know. When they're talking about like copycat killers and they're talking about psychos that like to leave puzzles and clues behind on bodies, I'm like, oh, and we'll be reading about that next week in the local paper. Great.
I see what you
Just
mean.
put an idea in someone's head. I don't
see
know.
what you mean.
I don't know. It's
So
kinda
you don't.
creepy.
So you don't like any kind of. Let's break this down. So you don't like. Is it gore or
It's
is
a
it
gore
the
thing.
suspense or is it?
No, I'm
the
okay with suspense.
Violence, like what
it's
is
a gore violence thing. I absolutely have never been able to tolerate anything that is overly gratuitous when it comes to violence, and also anything that's domestic violence.
How do you watch Quentin Tarantino?
That's it's comical.
You can
There's
watch
so
it.
much. That I can watch.
Really?
It's comical how much the blood they use with that I'm like, that's not real.
Right.
But when it came to anything like Hostel or Saw, any of that sick, twisted stuff, no.
No.
No, and no clowns. Don't even bring it up,
I
Dave.
didn't even say anything
I know
about
what
clowns.
you're thinking. I don't do any of that scary, creepy stuff.
You mean you don't love clowns?
But I'm very happy that the
We all
snapshot.
float down here, Kristin.
Okay, we're not doing any of that.
You started it.
Oh, yeah.
You started it. Well, that wraps up this week's Friday the 13th edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook or YouTube by simply searching for Arundel TV. Do it. There's lots of cool stuff to watch. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.
And congratulations, Dave Abrams, on your new house.
Yay! I'm moving to Annapolis, everyone.